You ever pull into one of those little rest stops in the middle of nowhere? Not the big ones with fast food and showers, I mean the small ones. Just a couple vending machines, a bathroom with a broken lock, maybe one dim security camera that doesn't even work. I'd been on the road for about 10 hours straight that night, pushing through fatigue, eyes burning. I finally gave in and pulled off at one of those rest stops, the kind you almost miss if you blink. Place was dead quiet. No cars, no trucks, not even a beat-up old sedan. Just me and the sound of my engine cooling off. That's when I noticed the lights. The tall fluorescent ones that hang over the lot. They weren't just flickering randomly like old bulbs do. They were flickering in order, one by one. First, the pole nearest the bathroom would buzz and blink, then the next like something was walking underneath them. At first, I thought it was motion sensors. I figured maybe there was someone else there, just out of sight. So I stepped out of my cab, stretched, and looked around. Nothing. The lot was wide open. No cars, no people, not even a shadow moving. But the lights kept doing it. I stood there just watching. The sequence went down the row of poles toward the vending machines, paused, then started coming back toward me like someone was pacing, back and forth, right under the lamps. I remember my stomach tightening. The air felt off. Too still, too quiet. I didn't even hear crickets, and usually out there in the middle of nowhere, the night's alive with sound. I thought about going to the vending machines. I was starving, but the way those lights seemed to be leading me, I couldn't bring myself to follow. Something about it felt wrong, like I was being baited. So I climbed back into my truck, locked the doors, and just sat there in the dark cab, engine off. I kept my eyes on those lights the whole time. They never stopped. Back and forth, back and forth. I sat there for almost 20 minutes, trying to convince myself it was electrical, some faulty wiring, anything to explain it. Finally, I'd had enough. I turned the key, headlights on, and pulled back onto the highway. In the mirror, I could still see those damn lights flickering in sequence, like they were waving me goodbye. The next day, I mentioned it to another driver at a truck stop diner. He gave me a strange look and said, "You pulled into the old Carson rest area, didn't you? Place has been empty for years. They never fixed the wiring after a guy. Well, after a trucker didn't make it out of there." He didn't say much more, and I didn't ask. But I'll tell you this, I don't stop at those little rest areas anymore. Not at night. Because I swear something was walking under those lights. And it wanted me to follow.